All right, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Hump Day edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and HUDCO Roofing, HUDCORoofing.com. Appreciate y'all for being here as always. Do us a favor, if you're on Facebook, please like the page, share the post, like the page, share the post, like the page, share the post. If you're on YouTube, smash that like button. We appreciate you as always. Let's see. Got about 15 or 20 minutes here till I got to get Drew up and get him off to school. So thank y'all for being here as always. We can blow and go. Got it there in the headline that, or in the description. Mike Tomlin emphatically denied any college interest because, of course, he did. And also learned yesterday, it looks like Will Lutz and Andrus Peat are done for the season in New Orleans. Disappointing, but a great opportunity for the guys that replaced them. So for Brian Johnson, the place kicker, and then for Calvin Throckmorton at offensive guard, great opportunity for those guys. So we'll say some good mornings and see what y'all got here as we blow and go. Tim Gautreau, good morning. Lathan Bourgeois, good morning. Kirk Taylor, good morning. Michael Mills, Matt, what's good? Do you think the Franklin agent switch was due to the initial talks going so bad you reported? No, Michael, I'm not sure if you heard, but Franklin did address that yesterday. He said he actually switched to Jimmy Sexton with CAA over the summer. It was just now reported. So that's something that apparently happened months ago. And I'll take him at his word for that. I mean, it's all contractual. I mean, that can be either proven or disproven. So, so no, it's something that happened that we just learned about. It's just, I mean, James Franklin's with Jimmy Sexton because why wouldn't he be? I mean, Jimmy Sexton has top 30 coaches in college football all on his roster. So, he's great at what he does. And, the way Jimmy sort of works is he wants to move, a guy into a job so it opens up a spot for another one of his clients to get into that job. I'll give you an example. If LSU were to hire Lane Kiffin, Ole Miss offensive coordinator Jeff Lebby, another Sexton client, would likely get the Ole Miss job. So Sexton could move Kiffin into the LSU job and Lebby into the Ole Miss job. And so now he's got Nick Saban and Jimbo Fisher and Lane Kiffin and Jeff Lebby and Dan Mullen. I mean, he's got half the SEC, Jesse Brown, good morning. With Pete going out, looks like the O-line didn't play well after. You know what, Jesse, that's hard to tell. And I didn't go back and watch the film or anything like that. I thought Calvin Throckmorton has been solid this year. I think it's more nobody played well in that offense except Alvin Kamara. Receivers got open and didn't catch the football. So I don't know that I would pin it specifically on that. Let's see. Is it time the Saints move away from Pete? The tough part about that, Kirk, and I went through this yesterday, is his contract. So they gave Andrus Peat a 5-year, $57 million extension. You might say, why did they do that? I remember the time when they did it. It was because it was a year where you didn't have a tremendous amount of offensive guard options in free agency that year. And Andrus had played a bunch of football, and not only could he play guard for you, but he'd also been sort of your backup left tackle. A few times when Teron Armstead had gotten hurt, he kicked out and played. So Pete is under contract through 2024. So after this season, he's got 3 more years on this deal. But they do have a potential out after next year, so before the 2023 season. But the Saints would carry $9.2 million in dead cap money for that season. So, and it wouldn't matter if it was a trade or an outright release. Like, they would carry dead cap money for 2023. So you basically got them on the roster for next year as well. And then you look at 2023 and say, okay, what's possible? If you release him post June 1, you'd save about $11 million. I mean, this is a conversation that you kind of have to have. Now, you wish you had a backup option, but but he's just a guy he's in year 7 now. He's never played a full season. He just can't stay healthy. Let's see. Nick and Bradley Hole, good morning. Kelly Presley, Deborah Coward, Megan Hurst, Todd Boudreau, good morning. Guess Tomlin isn't coming. We'll see. Kelly Gross, good morning. Colby Rosenthal, good morning. Brian Wynn, David Wallace, David LeBlanc, Daniel Sonetz, good morning. Scott Fields, Mike Tomlin just dared boosters. That was my tweet after I saw it. I said it was like, your move, boosters. He said boosters don't have a big enough check for him. I'm going to put it to you this way. And I've said this to you before, and I said it on Whiskey and Wine, I've said it everywhere. I was told that Scott Woodward floated within agent circles a potential number and to see what type of inbound interest he would get. My opinion is that's where the Tomlin conversation came from. That Woodward floated that money, or that number, and what came back was, what about Mike Tomlin? Not to say Tomlin was interested or would be or would take the job or anything, but that could be Tomlin's agent. Tomlin's on like a 3-year deal right now. So maybe he wants a better deal in Pittsburgh. Maybe he's got no intention of going to the college ranks, which is fine. But that, I'll repeat it, that type of thing doesn't just get plucked from the air. That is intentionally placed somewhere. Brad Ellerby, Jamie Honore, Brian Broom, Chase Pellegrin, Shane Henry, John Hilburn, good morning. Brian Wynn, any word on how that new Hudco jingle is coming? Nope. Sorry, Brian. Like the one we got, man. The one that goes like this.
Hudco Roofing! Hudco Roofing! When you need a roof, call someone you know. Scone, Ontario.
All you need is Hudco.
Hudco Roofing! Hudco Roofing! Call Hudco Roofing!
364
1007!
Still the one, Brian. Still the one. Robert Anderson, what's up? Getting ready for my stress test. All right, Robert, good luck, man. Hope everything goes well for you today. Best to you and the fam as always, man. Hope you're all doing well. Scott Chauvin, I think if LSU wants to win, it's Lane 100%. Just look what he's doing at Ole Miss. Bottom of the SEC. He's also got a good quarterback there. But I agree. I think Lane Kiffin's the best play caller in the country, and I would love to see him in Baton Rouge if it worked out that way. Dylan Landry, Kenneth Westbrook, Brian and Andy Penton, good morning from Jackson. Headed home. There you go, man. Safe trip on the road today. Be well. Todd Boudreau, with Tomlin saying no more questions about it and storms off, do you believe him and that he has no interest and no booster could afford him going to college? Todd, so I'll repeat again. Those stories don't just get plucked from the air. I know because I have a lot of friends that are agents, and agents plan stories to benefit their clients in one way or another. When Doug Whaley and Carson Palmer went on air discussing Mike Tomlin and college, they didn't just make that up. They just make it up. So I don't know what the motive of leaking that story is. I don't know if it's that Mike Tomlin wants to go to college or just wants to leverage that for more money in Pittsburgh or whatever. But I'm guessing we'll find out. My guess is, if Tomlin's staying with Pittsburgh, which he likely is, it's a big deal. Matt, like you with A. Smith is me with Pete. I'm done with him. You talking about Traquan Smith? Yeah, man, the thing about Andrews Pete is at least he has been a productive player when he's been on the field. Not a great player, but he's been a good starting. Look, you drafted Andrews Pete with the idea, in the first round out of Stanford, with the idea that he would be potentially your starting left tackle. I think we learned pretty quickly he wasn't going to be a left tackle in the NFL, but that you were hoping he could be your starting right tackle. Then it became pretty clear early that he wasn't going to play tackle in the NFL. So they moved him to guard, and he's become a good interior player. Not a great interior player, but he's been a good starting offensive lineman. when he's been healthy. The problem with Pete is you invested the 15th overall pick in him. He's now on a 5-year, $57 million deal. He can't stay healthy. I mean, that's the problem. But when he's healthy and when he's on the field, he's been a quality caliber starting offensive lineman in the NFL. Traquan Smith's just terrible, no matter what. Just been awful. Daniel Sinet says, James Franklin cannot consistently win with the Big Ten. Why would you think he can win in the SEC? Because if you come to LSU, Daniel, you will have infinitely more resources than he has at Penn State. That's an easy question. Nick Saban didn't win big at Michigan State, bro. Michael Cook, good morning. Vernell Thomas, good morning. I felt our right tackle has really struggled this year. What's your thoughts? I don't know if you're talking about the Saints or if you're talking about LSU. If you're talking about the Saints, you're talking about Ramczyk, and I think you're probably looking at a small sample against Washington football team where Chase Young made a few plays, which is true. But Chase Young is like the predator. He's incredible. But so is Ramczyk. You tend to remember more, with offensive linemen, unfortunately, you tend to remember the plays that don't go well because nobody highlights an offensive lineman when they stonewall their guy. You highlight the quarterback standing upright making a throw, Dale Broussard Gamecoin gets a big day for Gamecoin today, actually, y'all. Be tuned into AFR 4:15. Jenny Finch, Gamecoin ambassador athlete, will be on AFR in studio. Of course, you remember Jenny Finch was an All-American softball player at Arizona in the early 2000s and then went on to represent Team USA in the 2004 Athens Games and then in the 2008 Beijing Olympics, won a gold and a silver, and actually lives in Louisiana now. So looking forward to that. Gonna have Jenny Finch in studio. Something pretty cool. I'll leak it here to y'all. Gamecoin's making its next donation. A big part of the mission of Gamecoin, obviously, is that with every transaction, part of the transaction fee is that percentage of that fee goes into a charitable wallet, and they're handing out those donations. So, they made donations to South Lafourche and Central Lafourche and the St. Charles Recreation Department, and pretty cool today. We're going to get to make another donation today in conjunction with Jenny Finch. So, looking forward to it. Jenny Finch will be in studio on AFR today. Peter Adams, funny how no coach has indicated they accepted the LSU job when asked by media. Well, no one would say they accepted a job during the season. Alan Hurd, morning. You should consider doing a watch-along during the Saints games. Love to hear your commentary. That might be pretty vulgar, Alan. Tom Brouillard, good time to buy the GME dip always, man. Yeah, someone sold off about $250,000, and so the price did dip. It was at I think 0.0268, and now it's at 0.024. So, if you're going to buy, today's a really good time to buy. Stephen Fry, good morning. Luke O'Brien. Let's see, got to do about 5 more minutes, y'all. Let's see, will we see changes with the Tigers off week or more the same? Look, it's going to be the same, Luke. They are what they are at this point. You're 8 games in. If these coaches knew how to fix it, they would. As always, I'll shout out to Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. This Saturday, 3 days away, Brock Rock and Wine at the Renaissance Hotel. Food and drinks from some of the best restaurants in town. Live music, live and silent auctions, all benefiting the Brock Foundation. brortho.com for tickets. brortho.com. brortho.com. Michael Kleber, good morning. Dale Broussard, sorry I have to mute my device every time I hear the Hudco song. It's bad. Dale, you missed the point. It's not Tchaikovsky. It's not Mozart. Okay? It's not John Lennon, Let It Be. It's a freaking jingle. The point of a jingle is to be memorable. It's an earworm. That's the point of a jingle, okay? This isn't Led Zeppelin's first album here, man. This isn't Nirvana, Nevermind. It's the Hudco jingle. Y'all taking this ish way too seriously. Have fun with your life. Let's see. Brian Wynn, who do you like in the series, Braves or Astros? I picked the Astros in 7. And especially now with Charlie Morton being hurt. Let's see, jump back over here. Trivia Carter, good morning. Rapping Batches, Lathan Bourgeois, Matt, any time expectation for GME to go public? What may they be waiting for? Lathan, I don't understand what you mean for them to go public. I mean, it is public. Anybody can buy it right now. Anybody can go buy GameCoin. I don't understand. Tim Gotro, good morning. Matt and Mike hit us with the denial. No, remember, it's just a denial. There's the denial, there's the non-denial denial, and then there's the non-denial. But yes, he definitely hit us with the denial. Stephen Ban or Bond, good morning. Janet Anderson, good thing about the jingle is that it doesn't get stuck in my head. Liar. Jared, John, Matt, that's what you would call denial. No, just a denial. Remember, you have the denial, then you have a non-denial denial, and then you have a non-denial. So yes, that was a denial. Spurge, what's up? Adam Font, no, I'm not pushing Napier. Aiden Cruz, good morning. Curious, can you talk about what kind of other interest Scott Woodward got with the contract number he floated, besides potential Mike Tomlin interest? Again, I want to be clear, Aiden. I am guessing about the Tomlin thing. Okay, that is my theory as to how the Tomlin news started. Okay, you'll need to listen because I know people hear sometimes what they want. I'm not being critical, Aiden, but people hear what they want to hear sometimes. Like, I don't know how much more clearly I can say this to you. Okay, I was told that Scott Woodward in agent circles threw out a gigantic contract to see what kind of interest he would get. My guess is, I am guessing, I do not know, this is my theory, that is why the Tomlin stuff popped up. That's my guess, okay? And as far as other coaches interested, yeah, everybody is. Kurt Taylor, people screaming for Riley. He's got like a $25 million buyout. I don't know if that's doable, but I think you make the call. Jesse Brown, Coach O said another player was out. I believe it was Noel. Anthony Bradford is out for the year. Nicholas Cantrell, Alex Day, when does GameCoin expect to be put on a Coinbase type platform? So we'd love to be on a mainstream exchange at any point. It'd be great. Bitmart has been approved, and that is coming very, very soon. Very, 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 very soon. So that'll be huge. But if you're talking about Coinbase, Crypto.com, the new smart contract 2.0 is going into effect even sooner. And that all that code falls then in line with requirements to be on platforms like Coinbase, etc. So moving toward it, man. All that's in the works. Jason Duplantis, I want to know who wants the LSU job, the $1 million question. Lots of coaches want the LSU job. I think there's two that you don't call, Nick and Kirby. Other than that, you call everybody. Coach Lowe, good morning. Tim Gocho, for the record, I'd rather listen to the Hudco jingle instead of Beethoven. Very good. Rapping Batches. I think the Hudco jingle is jamming. Quit hating. Thank you, Rapping Batches. Irfan Sayad, good morning. Jason Duplantis, can we get a morning beignet? Scones are lame. You know what's interesting, Jason? I kind of agree with you. I'm not a big fan of the texture of a scone. It's just a play on my last name, but I think you understand that. Randall Offrecht, good morning. Manny Troncoso, good morning. And let's see. Frederick Sabrin. Oh, I got to go at 7:55. Two things. Pete could get hurt combing his hair. True. Sean Payton runs the ball 100% of the time on second down after incompletion. Actually, the stat, not just for Sean Payton, Frederick, in football, it's over 90% of the time. If you throw an incompletion on first down, 90% of the time it's a run on second down. That's not just Sean Payton. I remember having that conversation with Alan Risher years ago, and it's true. If a fan can tell defenses see the same thing on film, what gives? You mean throwing the ball or running the ball on second? It's all about percentages. Then it makes it a third and manageable. Kenneth Westbrook finally broke down, bought some GME. So if it crashes, I'm sorry. All good, Kenneth. Enjoy the ride. Stephen Fry, Matt, we keep saying how good of friends Woodward and Sexton are. Is that a fact? Because Sexton and Freeman stick it to us not long ago with Notre Dame debacle. Stephen, they're actually great friends, maybe even best friends. But Marcus Freeman's a Midwest guy who made the decision to go work at Notre Dame and stay in the Midwest. And by the way, that's Ed Ogeron making that hire. Coaches hire assistants. Peter Rodri, Travis Young. What's up, y'all? Chuck Sanchez, what's up, Chuck? Get it? Up, Chuck? All right, I got to go, y'all. Sorry. Let's see. Sorry, y'all. I really have to go at 7:50. Oh, God, it's 7:57. Okay. Y'all have an awesome day. Thanks so much for watching. Facebook, please like the page, share the post, like the page, share the post, like the page, share the post. YouTube, do me a favor, smash that like button. I appreciate you as always. Shout out to Brock, to Hudco. Y'all have an awesome day. Locked on LSU coming up. AFR at 3. Peace.